Our Gen Con coverage is brought to you by Hit Point Press. From animated spell and tarot cards to their breathtaking Humblewood campaign setting and adventure to the award-winning series The Big Bads, Hit Point Press is your one-stop shop for amazing 5e content. Check out our links below for all the gaming goodness. Welcome back to Gen Con 2023. We are with Luis Loza, the creative director at Paizo. How are you doing, Luis?
I'm good. How's it going?
It is going fantastic. I wanted to drag you out of your booth today because I heard that you had some late-breaking news for us,
yes.
An exclusive here at the Gallant Goblin, some major Pathfinder news. It doesn't get much bigger than this.
Yeah.
Luis, what do you have for us today?
Well, I think we already told people about this news.
No, I think it's exclusive to the Gallant Goblin.
No, I mean, learning that a god is dying in the future is not that exclusive of a bit of news, right?
No, that's true. You have gotten that out there, but which particular god is dying, you've promised just to me that you're going to tell me.
Okay. Well,
Just, you have to say that to them. I think they deserve to know.
okay. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about a cool guy named Caden Kalian, who one time on a drunken dare decided to walk into the Starstone Cathedral, right? And supposedly 3 days later he emerged and he was a god. And when anyone asked him, "How did you become a god?" he's just like, "I don't know. I don't remember."
We've all been there.
But what if I told you he did know? What if I told you he did remember, right? What if he's been lying this entire time?
He does sound like a gaslighter sometimes, I have to admit.
What if the reason he hasn't told anyone how it actually happened is because he doesn't want them to find out what actually happened? Maybe word that Caden Kalian cheated the test of the Starstone would be upsetting, right? He is a false god in a lot of people's eyes if that happens. There's other gods that might say, "You don't deserve to be alongside us." Who knows? Or perhaps, if you think about it, the Starstone itself is an all-powerful thing, almost akin to a god. And if you cheat the Starstone, maybe it eventually finds out and wants that power back. I don't know, it's just a story though, so. Hey, I forgot what the question was, but what else were we talking about today?
You have to give me a moment to recover from that. You heard it here first, folks. Let me ask you about one other thing, though.
Yeah, sure.
Stolen Fate.
Yeah, I love Stolen Fate.
Stolen Fate, the new Pathfinder AP.
Mm-hmm. Just came out, just finished up.
Just finished up.
Yep.
All centered around the Harrow Deck.
Yeah.
Tell us, so you read book 3 of the adventure.
I wrote the 3rd volume, yes.
Tell me about this adventure. Tell me what makes it unique among all the Pathfinder ones from 2nd edition we've had so far.
I think this is interesting in that there's, first off, the connection to the Harrow Deck, which I think is a wonderful item and part of our lore.
Available now on Paizo.com. Well, available end of August, Paizo.com.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
But it's something I really hold dear to my heart. I think it's really fun. I really enjoyed the Harrow over the years, which is how I got convinced to, hey, maybe I should write for this AP because it deals with the Harrow. The fun thing there is that it's kind of a big world-trotting adventure. The Harrow deck that you're dealing with is one called the Deck of Destiny. It's probably the most important Harrow deck that's ever existed. Well, second most, depending on how you quantify it. There's some lore that you learn in the adventure as you go on. But this is a really, really important Harrow deck, very powerful. It's an artifact level item. And it gets scattered all over Galarian. The cards are all over. There's 54 different cards. This is your chance to travel to different parts of the world, not just within the Inner Sea. You're not just going to Avestan and Garud, and you go to Absalom and all these other places, but you are visiting the likes of Arcadia. You're visiting the likes of Tian Shai. You visit places in Casmaron. There's just stuff all over Galarian that you have to deal with and overcome to try to claim these cards and recover the Deck of Destiny. And in my adventure, there's a lot of that globetrotting, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that happens with the Deck of Destiny. It's a very powerful item, as I mentioned, and sometimes, like I mentioned with the Starstone, sometimes items have minds of their own, and with enough power can kind of do things that are unexpected. So you end up dealing with these cards in ways that, by this point in the adventure, is not anything you've dealt with before. It's not that big of spoilers, but some of these cards have come to life and are physical creatures that you can interact with, and maybe even convince that, like, hey, we don't need to fight to claim this card. Maybe we can work together and claim this power. And it leads to a lot of interesting stuff. And there's a lot of interesting philosophical themes that come into play here. This whole thing about destiny, prophecy being broken. Is that good? Maybe everyone having free will and having this freedom, it's kind of a problem, right? Like, if you're going to die or going to be running into big problems in your life, wouldn't you just want to know so you can be prepared and know how to deal with that rather than suddenly having to deal with the shock and tragedy that comes with that kind of stuff? Who knows? I'm really excited for this adventure. I got to tap into a lot of Norse mythology and draw upon a lot of interesting stuff that it feels like more nowadays in the popular culture is happening. You know, there's Vikings and God of War games and all these other stuff that are tapping in Norse mythology. But this is our chance to do a little bit of that, and I thought it was a really fun time. And of course, like I said, I love the Harrow, and weaving in all these details that tie back to the history of the Harrow throughout our game and throughout our setting has just been really fun and exciting. So I hope people check it out. It takes you all the way to level 20, so if you want some high-level play, this is the time to do it. Check out Stolen Fate.
It sounds like an adventure that's made for gaming groups that like to sort of ponder the bigger questions, more contemplative, more philosophical.
Yes.
So as opposed to just a rambunctious, ramjackal adventure. This is one that poses big questions. How was it writing the last book of a high-level adventure? Because we've done a little bit of that, and that's a particular challenge.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've done it either, actually. I wrote the last volume of Age of Ashes, which also was
a traveling kind of adventure too.
That one. Kind of adventure. Takes you all the way to level 20, that adventure did. So it's gotten easier, actually. Not only have I done it before, but we now have a lot more bestiaries and other books that we can draw from. So we can grab a lot of interesting monsters that you wouldn't normally encounter too often in your adventuring career. There's some of these monsters that get set aside as these are your kind of end-level threats. You finally get to bring a lot more of them out, and since Age of Ashes was the very first adventure path, we only had Bestiary 1. We now have all these other ones that we can start throwing at you and really mix things up and do some exciting stuff with that. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun with coming up with some of the challenges that come into play. You're 17th or 18th level when you start the adventure. What can you do that's an exciting challenge that isn't just a fight, but feels justifiable for the level that you're at? Kind of suitably high-level challenge that's still fun and not just what's the biggest number you can roll.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Luis, thank you so much for joining us today. I've been asking a lot of folks this since we got here.
Yeah.
Has there been a moment, this is a moment where you get to interact with the people who have engaged with your stuff that you've created. Have you had a moment where a fan has come up to you and told you about a story from their table that sticks out to them? Any moment that you want to share with us?
Oh man, I've heard quite a few of them so far, but I'm not going to pull on any very specific moment, but I do remember a very specific comment where people said that my work was really inspiring them for their writing and stuff. And that was just, it felt really nice to hear that. And I remember being on that other end. I'd go to PaizoCon and other conventions and get excited to meet the staff and tell them, hey, I love your work. I want to write for you. This is all really exciting. I want to do this stuff because of what I'm reading. And now it's happening again. And I love to be able to share that with our community and hopefully inspire more people to join in and just make the game all the better.
Luis, we love you. Thank you so much for talking to us today, spreading that exclusive news with us, too. We appreciate that.
Yeah, don't forget to raise a toast to Caden when the time comes for his death.
I have a lot of people at my table who can be very unhappy right now, but we're just going to have to deal with it and see what happens after this.
Sure.
We just come back from rehab, too. Luis, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your con, and we'll see you around.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Stay tuned to the Gallant Goblin for the latest from Gen Con 2023. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.